Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be talking about two bags from the Fendi men's collection and why I not only purchased them but I've continued to hold on to them. And this video may help you if you're looking at purchasing either of these bags, or you can just take some of the theory away from this video to apply it to any bag purchasing scenario, because I, as a luxury humanitarian, have to, help the people within the luxury world. Yada yada yada, you know the drill. So let's get into it. But firstly, if you are new here, my name is Connor, and on my channel I like to talk about all things luxury. So if that is something you're into, I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified when I bring out new videos. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Now, the first bag in question is my soft trunk baguette from, of course, Fendi. This one is in a black calf skin that has an embossed, debossed FF Zucker print throughout it, and then it has palladium or silver hardware, has a top handle here, and it also comes with a fully adjustable crossbody or shoulder nylon strap with little lobster claws here that you can attach on the side. The bag is a open closure, big open pocket, and then there are some card slots in the back if you want to put your cards in like that. This bag, I was in Fendi in 2022, I believe it was Dale was there as well, and I just saw it, and I think I'd seen it online, but it just didn't really appeal to me online. But then I saw it in the black with the silver hardware, and I just fell in love with it. Now, at the time, obviously I did not know this information, but from the past 2 years of using this bag, this has become my favorite kind of, I guess, like clutch alternative. Now, I sold my Louis Vuitton Pochette Voyages, I should say, plural, because I thought I needed some sort of clutch thing, like some sort of pouch bag, because Louis Vuitton pushed that in their marketing and everyone has them on social media and all of that, and I thought, well, I need that kind of bag. Yeah, I did not need that kind of bag, and I learnt the hard way. But this is my alternative to such a bag, where it's something that you can hold handheld like this. You can have the strap attached to it, wear it on your shoulder, wear it crossbody, or if you just want the strap hanging down but you know you're going to carry it all night, but you think like, maybe I want the option, well, you get the option, because that's what this bag provides. This bag for me has been something that has been, I guess, practical first, and then ticking the Fendi box for my lover Fendi, ticking the black and silver hardware kind of bag. Like, the practicality came first, which generally isn't something that I would prioritize, but when I want something easy that I can just chuck all my things in, because it's rectangular, everything, that we have in our life basically is rectangular, so your phone will just slot in, your key holder, your car key, like all of that stuff just fits in. It became very easy as a grab and go bag for me. Now, I thought it would be something that I would primarily wear crossbody, but it turns out I will just grab it like this and carry it. It's kind of masculine because it's black with silver hardware. So I guess, like, if you think of something like a little trunk that's handheld, I guess normally you'd think of feminine kind of bag, but the color scheme takes away from that. It's just a great bag, and it kind of surprised me with how often I used it. I've had it now over 2 years. Over 2 years, because we're in 2025 now. Nearly 30 months if we're talking about children. And no regrets, would purchase this bag again. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I have been looking for this bag in a colorway that suits me best to, give it a sibling, okay? And I'm yet to find such bag. But number one, I'm satisfied with this one, so I'm not just going to buy one that kind of like slightly ticks the box. And secondly, the perfect one will come out eventually. Now, I have been through the ringer with this bag. There have been many previews or runway shows that have showcased versions of this bag, a la stick gate and a la shearling gate of this bag, which, if you've seen those videos, I'll link them down below, because they are doozies of a story. I love a good story time. And yeah, they've broken my heart many a time. But because I have this one, I am still like satisfied. I'm not desperate. Yeah. And then the other bag, of course, is my Peekaboo. Now, this is when I purchased it, this was the mini ICU. Now, Fendi are calling it the small ICU, which makes a lot more sense because there is a size below this, which is a mini bag, and that's called the X Cross. Will they make it mini, like call the X Cross a mini? Who knows? But then there is a size also above this called the medium. Now the small size for me is the perfect kind of medium size bag without being too overkill for what I would want it for anyways. Now this is an MTO version, but the layout of the bags is the same for just the ones that you can purchase directly from Fendi. So there is a big open spot in the front there, and then you can lock it with the turn lock. I always just keep it open because I like that. And then in the back there is a zipper compartment. I've got an insert in there at the moment, but I think they're relatively like the same size for the front and the back. And then it has a top handle, and it also has a adjustable crossbody strap here, which attaches on to these little, what are they called? Like hook. What are these called? Latches. And then if you're not using the latches for the strap, you lock them in place and it holds the top handle in there. I don't know if that is what it's intended to do, but that's what I've always done. And Fendi are pretty smart with things like that. They've always got like a purpose for stuff. So I'm going with that. But yeah, so this is my Peekaboo. Now, I believe Fendi released this bag in 2021, and if they didn't, that's when I first saw it on the Fendi website, and I believe it was $6,000, and it only came in like a black and a grey, I believe, just like two very basic neutral colours, and I fell in love, of course, with the black and silver one, and I just had never seen a silhouette like this bag. I'd never seen just this playful but formal, business but like pleasure, like all of those things in one. And it was just something, when I saw it, I instantly knew that I wanted it. I remember the retail was like $6,000, and I remember thinking, oh my God, I could never spend $6,000 on a bag like that. Like, that's crazy, yada, yada, yada. Well, Fendi got me back because they do like a little price increase, and I did pay a lot more than that, but I would do it again. Okay, it's totally worth the price, and like the old saying goes in the luxury community, if you see it and you love it, just buy it, because the price will go up, and nothing haunts us like a price increase when we knew we could have bought it. And when you're talking about 10-15% on thousands of dollars, it adds up. So that's where I kind of fell in love with the bag. But me being me, I always wanted something that didn't exist, and I kept saying, when a really nice one that comes out in a color that I love, I'll just get it, knowing that the prices will go up, that whole schmozzle. But eventually the MTO fairies landed on my lap when Dale and I were in Fendi once, and then I bit the bullet and did this MTO creation. I will link that video down below, all the info on that. And ultimately I got my dream Peekaboo in my favorite color, blue. Then there's this like neutral milky color in the side, and then the handle and the strapper in a stone natural colored python. This bag is everything I want and more in a bag. Not like, obviously the silhouette matches, but I did not settle for something that I didn't necessarily love in terms of the greys that they had out. They've had burgundies, they've had matte black hardware, they've had graphite hardware, you know, to kind of match the color of the bag. There's been a lot of versions of this bag, but there has been no like vibrant blue versions of this bag, unless someone's made an MTO and I just haven't seen it. But off the rack Fendi, there has been no versions of this bag that has taken my heart quite like this one. And Dale from Dale's Addiction is to blame, because she co-parented the conceiving of this child, and so I have to give her nearly full creative direction and control. But I couldn't have picked a better bag if she wasn't there. Like, she totally nailed this, and you know, pairs can make beautiful creations. So that's this bag. Now, if you're on the fence about purchasing these bags, this is what I'll say about them. The soft trunk Baguette is a trunk style bag. Fendi do have a regular size Baguette equivalent in the men's range that they occasionally bring out when there's capsule collections or whatever it may be. So there's only a few that ever come up at one point in time. It is very similar in shape and silhouette and everything to the women's regular size Baguette. The difference mainly being that the men's one will generally have a longer strap so you can wear it crossbody, and then the buckle will be this more squared off Baguette buckle versus the women's one that is more convex, concave, whatever it's called, arches out. All right, they're the primary differences that you're going to see with them. I personally love the Baguette buckle that they've got on the men's bags, because I love how boxy and straight and clean cut it is. The regular size Baguette, just in general, to me, I find it awkward because it's ever so wide that it's not really designed for crossbody. It's designed for putting it over your shoulder, or it's designed for carrying it in the crook of your arm, or carrying it top handle, or holding it at your waist like a clutch almost. The shoulder kind of strap, I can't make it work for myself. I think if you can make it work for you, go for gold. If I were to put a longer strap on that bag and wear it crossbody, I feel like the proportions would just be out for me. I'm 6'1", I'm like just under 90 kilos now, thanks for asking. So I'm a very average kind of build for a guy, and that kind of silhouette, it just doesn't work on me. I'd feel really awkward and just a bit like I've just plonked it there. So this Baguette size, I don't know, it just works better for me. I think because it's not so floppy and there's a little bit more structure, it just sits against my body better. But if you're looking for a safer bet, I would say that the trunk is just a safer bet in general, because the proportions and the dynamics of the bag are just a bit more universal. And also with the soft trunk Baguette, just in terms of practicality and value for money, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck for a kind of bag of this caliber. If you are someone that is on the fence about wanting like a kind of clutch evening, you know, pouch bag sort of thing, I think Louis Vuitton's, what are they now, like $1,800, something around that, where this, when I purchased it, it was just under $3,000. I think now it's about $3,500 or maybe $3,200, something like that. Still great value for money, and I would buy it again at that price if I had to. But you're getting a lot more versatility, and you're getting a lot more kind of bag for your buck. If that's an expression that I could coin, then I'm going to do that. Because you have the option of course, attaching a strap. If you're not wanting to attach the strap it comes with, you can put an O-lock chain on there. If you want to attach charms or whatever to the little D-rings that the strap attaches to, you've got that. If you want to put a twilly on the handle, whatever you want to do, there's options there. There's limbs to attach things to is what I'm getting at. And you're just getting more bag for your dollar, okay? So that's what I would say on that one. And then with the Peekaboo, is it something I would recommend? Yes, and caveats. So firstly, the silhouette, the style of the bag, it's not finicky to use. It's not something that's tedious. You can have it undone, you can do it up, you can attach a strap, you can carry it top handle. The silhouette is timeless. The silhouette is professional, but it's also casual at the same time, depending on how you style the bag, depending on the little doodads, if you want to have it open, closed, half cinched, whatever you want to do, whatever kind of additional strap you want to add to it, bag chum, whatever. It's got a blank canvas in the sense that you can make it your own style, but it's also very smart and casual at the same time, depending on those other factors. So it is a bag really that can do a lot of stuff. It's not annoying to use. It's very easy, carefree to use. They're basically always in leather, so they're not something that you're gonna get worried if it rains, because you can just wipe it straight off. It's just a great bag, but the things that I would consider are probably, if you're somebody that wants to make a bag your own, you're not someone who just goes for any color that is in there, or you're someone that settles for colors, it's too expensive to settle. Fendi really, it's a double-bladed sword, because they have great silhouettes with bags, but a lot of the time they bring them out in very muted and neutral colorways, and that is a big deterrent for me, because I don't want, like I say about why I sell 50 Shades of Latte, I want bags that speak to me and bags that emulate my personality and my wardrobe, and something that's fun. I don't want a grey bag in 50 million grey shades, okay? So I would say do an MTO, because the, what's it called? The difference in price, the premium that you would pay for a made to order, like if you're not doing exotic like I did, like the Python trim, I think it's less than 15% or 10%. I think mine was only 20% different. Like I think this I paid $8,900, and then the off-the-shelf version was $7,900. I don't know what that is a percentage. I can't work it out under pressure, but it was not a big enough premium where you're like, oh no, I'll just get something off the shelf. To get all the colors you want, the hardware I wanted, the Python trim, whether you want that or not, just picking colors alone, I would pay a 20% premium, because then I know it's exactly what I want. So yeah, that's what I would think about. I'll link the information on the MTO videos down below. If you have any questions, just ask me, because it's not something you have to be given the golden snitch for or invited to the royal palace. I think anyone can just do it on the iPad in the store. Bob's your uncle. But yeah. Now, from what I've learned over the past few years about purchasing luxury bags is that stores and just the fashion world in general will dictate to you what colors are in style or what colors they think you should buy, and then they will like all get together in like a secret meeting and be like, okay, well this year it's gonna be like burgundy, and then next year it's gonna be like beige. Like, can they stop fucking doing that? Because we don't want that. We want just variety. And I will never be someone that will buy 20 Louis Vuitton bags all in a certain canvas like Damier Graphite or Monogram Eclipse because that's what Louis Vuitton sell and they're the bags that they want. They do not reflect my style at all, and those kind of bags, and look, there's nothing wrong with monogram canvas, a little dash here and there is perfect, but I don't want a sea full of one canvas because Louis Vuitton only make this one satchel style bag in this canvas and like they're telling me that's what I should like. No, thanks. Like when Louis Vuitton's calling me up and be like, hey Connor, like I'm paying your bills this week, I'll be like, mate, you can take me and get me whatever bag you like. Until that happens, well, it's not going to happen because he's dead, but if he were alive, if Pharrell would have called me up, I'd be like, hey Pharrell. But yeah, like I don't need to be dictated by brands what I should like. I know what I like, and it is blue, blue, blue. So if that means missing out on a certain bag style because it's not in a color that I like, or there's just a aspect of the bag that I know won't work for me, like a Pochette Voyage, then I'm happy to let that ship sail, and I'm happy to wait till the brand either brings something else out or doing a made to order and getting exactly what I want and paying the premium, because luxury is all about paying a premium. So whether you're paying it in a customization, you're paying a premium regardless, because otherwise we'd be shopping at like Uniqlo or something. You know what I mean? Getting one of those nylon sling caboose bags. No, thanks. Thank you so much for watching today's video. With these bags, I do get asked a lot of questions about them, so I'm glad I could answer any questions or put in an up-to-date perspective in them in this video. If you've enjoyed it, I'd love it if you could give it the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very shortly in my next video.